All season long, you've been laughed at, crapped on. Now you got a chance to spit it back in their faces. You're out there like a bunch of dead fish, not listening. Bonehead plays. Mistakes.
No. You want to quit, Tanner?
God, no, I want to play ball.
You're a damn good bunch. You probably deserved a lot better than me. It looks like we're stuck with each other. What a great arm. Who is that kid?
That dude is a bad mother. Es un bandido.
If the guy can play ball, he can play ball. I mean, let's get him on the team.
Any ball you get near, go for it.
Hey, Boilermaker, got my curve breaking 2.5 feet.
Get back to the stands before I shave off half your mustache and shove it up your left nostril.
Your attention, please, parents, friends, and other faithful podcast listeners. This is the first baseball movie that Fine Movies, Fine Spirits has ever done. So let's give these little hosts a big hand. They really deserve it as they take on the 1976 comedic classic, The Bad News Bears. And all I know is, when we podcast about a movie, it's a team podcast. And when I take the field, I'm lucky to take it with two of the best teammates a fella could ask for. Coming to the plate first, the leadoff man. A mix between Tanner Boyle and Kelly Leak. At very shortstop, number 50, a man who I personally was with when he got to third base. And I'm not talking about baseball. My pal Davey, how are you doing this evening, and what are you drinking?
I'm just drinking a mixed vodka drink.
Very nice.
Basic, but not for a basic movie by any means. This movie's fucking great. And I love the third base reference. Like, you're there every step of the way, my adolescence.
You just could never round third and bring it
You
home.
rooted me on like no one ever did before.
Oh, yes. I cheered you on with popcorn and Cracker Jacks.
Slapping his ass.
Batting second, a man who probably knows someone who knew someone back in the 80s who was on the pill at 11 years old. The closest thing this show has to its own personal buttermaker, who I am sure celebrated like the Bears did after some random wiffle ball game. Mr. Christopher Morris, how are you doing this fine evening?
Doing well, Michael. You're not wrong. I'm drinking a Miller Lite. Nice, good old beer that reminds me of the 70s. Good times when when our parents would just crack one behind the wheel. What are you drinking, Mikey?
In honor of the 70s, I'm also drinking a light beer, a Bud Light beer. Let's not, it's a Bud Light Lime because that's my favorite of all beers.
Yeah, those were big in the 70s.
Big.
I just want to note that we are doing this fantastic movie, but Mikey agreed to not mention Major League Baseball ever again to us if we did this to satisfy his baseball fix.
I'm the baseball guy now.
No more texts.
I don't really know when baseball became just irrelevant.
Boring. Yeah, I know.
I don't know. It just slowly snuck up on me.
Except if the Red Sox are like in the playoffs, then.
Yeah, but even then, it's like. Man.
Really?
I mean, look, yeah, definitely. Then I still follow the Red Sox. I do not watch every game. Like, I did not know that it's the middle of the third right now, and they're up 5-1 over the Tampa Bay Rays.
But listen,
look that up.
Although
I
they were
don't
losing
really-
they lost like 16-1.
16-1 yesterday. Yes.
But here's the thing: I don't watch every Celtics game either. I'll watch the Celtics a lot more as we get closer to the end.
But
And then
let's- what
obviously,
about what are you watching right now while you should be podcasting?
the Bad News Bears? Fucking great.
Hey, he's on theme. He is on theme.
Yeah.
Look at that. He brought
But-
us right back to the Bad News Bears.
He made a good point, but right. This was when Dave suggested this. It was like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
No-brainer. Classic 70s movie. So 70s. I'll let Mikey's gonna go over the stats, but just
just real quick. I'm not sure I realized how much I was going to enjoy this. It's been a long time since I've seen it.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff. Like I remembered most of it, but there were little things that I did not remember. And we'll talk about that with
It's
special-
not really on TV it's not on TV anymore, really. It used to be on a lot, and when it was ever on, I watched it no matter what.
Speaking of the little things, I was surprised that you, before we started recording, was agreeing with Tanner when he was going
When he
over
was
the
spewing.
team. But what's great about this is it, unlike a movie like The Sandlot, I'm not shitting on The Sandlot, but that's really
That's a more
very
family-
well done. That's for kids.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's seen through kids. This is an adult movie about
Yeah.
Little League.
It really is.
You know what I mean? It's not crazy over the top, but it is just, and Dave called it a perfect movie, which he may have called a movie or two a perfect movie, but it really is a
doesn't mean he's
perfect
wrong.
movie. You watch it, it's perfect. It's
There's no fill. There's no fill in this.
there's
No,
no filler.
it-
And it has a great, it's so entertaining, a great plot and a great message even.
And this is like with
And
kids
Walter Matthau delivers every line
perfectly.
perfectly.
Yeah.
His
He
voice
really
is
is
so.
so
I mean,
good.
I know it's,
Kids bullied other kids. It was just you
he's
settle,
an asshole to him, but then he's sweet to him, and yeah.
Yeah.
settle shit in the friggin'. You just settle things on the playground, basically. Like Tanner fighting the entire 7th grade. That's
That
just
was great. That's a great line. The I don't know if Mikey knew this. You know how Amanda calls him Boilermaker.
Yeah.
Do you know what a Boilermaker is, Mike?
I know it's a drink. So I
Exactly.
assume it's because he's
Do you know
a
what
drunk.
it is exactly?
I don't know what it is exactly. No.
It's whiskey usually in a shot glass, but whiskey mixed in beer.
Which is the first
Now,
thing he did.
A raging alcoholic. That beer is not strong enough. I need to pour some whiskey in it, which
The
is
fact-
like, oh,
The fact that
Buttermaker may have a problem.
she calls him Boilermaker. She
Yeah.
calls
I know.
It's
She's
hilarious.
great.
I went to dinner a couple
Tatum
weeks ago.
O'Neal.
I had one beer and I was like, I don't think I could drive. And that was a taller bottle, taller glass.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Mhm.
I don't know if it was, I don't know what it was, but it hit me. So yes, let me get into the stats. From the year I was born, 1976, Bad News Bears, written by Burt Lancaster's son, Bill Lancaster, who
Mhm.
wrote all the Bad News Bear movies and was actually one of the writers on The Thing, the John Carpenter Thing.
Okay, yeah, we mentioned him even
Yeah,
before. I
he
think.
died young at 49 years old.
Wow.
Directed by Michael Ritchie, who has done some other sports movies, including Wildcats with Goldie Hawn, Digstown with James Woods, and
yeah,
Louis
we might do
Gossett
that.
Jr.
So good.
Was
Show
it
Mikey
the
next time.
rookie? There was some weird the movie with Brendan Fraser
I
as
don't
the
know.
pitcher and
Oh,
Albert
yes.
Brooks as like the agent.
That looked terrible, but
yeah,
yeah,
Or the-
yeah. It was like he was South American or
the
something.
scout or something. Yeah.
Like,
And
also did
Fletch. He
the
did both Fletch
North
movies.
Dallas 40, didn't he?
Did he do that one too?
I don't know.
He did
thought he
Fletch
did.
and Fletch Lives.
Okay.
Michael
did.
Ritchie, also no longer with us, and starring. I only did the four main names: Walter Matthau, Tatum O'Neal, Vic Morrow, and Jackie Earl Haley. It has a Rotten Tomato score
Those are the big four.
of 97%. Now it only has 37
Excellent.
reviews, but 36 of them are positive, and one person's like, "Oh, they didn't like it." It has an audience score of 80%, which doesn't seem. It seems like it could be higher, but from what I read, it had 25,000 plus like reviews.
Wow.
So having an 80%,
And some people actually frowned upon.
yes, Some people
message
found
that the
one. Yep,
kids
right.
were drinking.
Right. And the parents loved it. And a Metacritic score of 84% on a budget of $9 million. Now, I saw two things. The Box Office Mojo had it at earning 32 million, while Wikipedia said 42. So maybe that was internationally as well. It was not nominated for any Academy Awards, but Walter Matthau was nominated for Best Actor at the BAFTAs, which is basically the British Oscars.
That's funny.
He was up against, but listen to
That
this.
is wild.
Listen
Wow.
to this. Walter Matthau for Bad News Bears,
76. So
and
Rocky.
it says
Sylvester
Bad News Bears
Stallone.
and the Sunshine
I know
Boys.
that.
Could he be nominated twice in that
Yeah.
year? Yeah.
And for the BAFTAs, he could.
Yeah, because Dustin Hoffman was nominated for All the President's Men and Marathon Man. Robert De Niro was nominated for Taxi Driver. What a quite a year. And Jack won for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. So I mean, pretty
Wow.
big year. And to have him up
Yeah,
there
you think?
nominated.
What a fucking year. So yeah,
That's an all-time.
That's
Yeah.
crazy,
Like,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that, we had that clip that about Matthau when he met Jimmy Stewart in the service.
He flew 25 combat missions across Europe as a radio man and gunner on a B-24 Liberator in the 453 Bombardment Group based at RAF Old Buckenham. He was decorated with an Air Medal in addition to 6 battle stars, and earned the nickname Kid Reliable by the others because of his steady nerves and composure under fire. He was born Walter John Matthau, but the world would come to know him as Walter Matthau, the versatile and iconic actor of film, stage, and TV for over 5 decades. But were it not for a brief conversation with his operations officer in the 453rd, he might have gone unnoticed to the world. After one particular debriefing, Staff Sergeant Matthau finally summoned the courage to ask him a personal question. It was about a career in acting, something Jimmy Stewart knew a little about. "I want to do what you do," he sheepishly confessed to Stewart. "Don't be the next Jimmy Stewart, just be you," the legend told Kid Reliable, "and it'll all work out."
Which is so great, seeing how he became, a serious actor. And obviously, I have to rewatch the Odd Couple. People rave about it.
It's a great movie. I fucking love it. We should
I
do
have
that.
to rewatch it.
I'd love to see that. I've never seen the original.
That was like me
movie.
and my brother on 57 Cox Lane. My side of the room was a fucking mess. His side of the room was perfect. The
That's
2 months we lived together.
I could see that. Yeah, no, I could see that. But he was, he was a serious actor. I don't know. He won for the Fortune Cookie. I think he won an Oscar. What's funny is he and Tatum O'Neal were coming off Oscars.
right.
Oscar wins. But the movie Dave and I watched and loved, The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3,
I've never seen.
which
that.
he was a dramatic actor in that. But he's great. Love the man.
Look, he's great in Grumpy Old Man. I'll just say it. I don't care.
He is great.
Yeah.
He is great in that.
Good movie.
He's
Listen.
he's got such a. I mean, now it like
No,
he'd do so much voice work now if he was alive. Like just incredible voice,
yeah, but
He
that
looks like
scene-
he was born 50,
right?
doesn't he? Like he's
That-
like John C. Reilly.
the scene between him and Amanda in the dugout. It was a
Yeah.
fucking great scene, and the acting in that scene was so intense, and you felt so
great.
awkward watching it. I felt awkward and
Yeah.
embarrassed.
Oh yeah, he was such a dick.
He was a
Yeah.
dick to her.
Like
And then they were both crying.
What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do after it's over? Well,
After tomorrow, we do what all ball players do. We shake hands till we see each other next season. Then we go fishing or hunting, make some personal appearances, get to know the wife and kids again.
I don't have a wife and kids.
Neither do I, but I got my pools to clean. You got your maps to sell and your ballet to learn.
go see our families.
She was great. She was great in this. If you haven't seen Paper Moon, that's what she won the Oscar for. She was great in that. By the way, I just found out this week that Richard Linklater is the one who directed the reboot,
Right.
I love Richard Linklater, and then I love Billy
Wait.
Bob Thornton.
Richard Linklater, as in Dazed and Confused.
Yes.
Yes, and okay, yeah.
He directed the remake. I guess it's shot for shot. I would never even think about watching it.
I mean,
Like,
maybe
why
it was
would
like one of
anyone-
those like studio. He just had to do it kind of thing. I don't know.
No, Billy Bob Thornton
Nah.
was Buttermaker, which you see him as Buttermaker, but I'm sure it was not I've never heard good things about it, so I wouldn't imagine watching it. It's totally unnecessary to try to reboot this perfect movie. And then also, who's going to play Kelly Leak? He's a once in a generation star. That little ex-con.
That opening scene with Walter Matthau
when he lights a cigarette,
and he just
thanks, mister.
he walks away. That's your introduction to Kelly Leak in this movie. Great.
Kelly Leak is I mean, he's legendary. Just we've always known his name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is funny. Like when you pull in a Kelly Leak, I actually used his name last year when I played pickleball for the first time. We played doubles, and I think Jess and I beat another couple, and the husband accused me of being a Kelly Leak because I would really taken it seriously. As I said you would, just as he would have been just as intense. But yeah, a lot of times I'm jumping in front of Jess.
I also didn't realize how much I'd like him too. I thought maybe he'd be too much of a prick to the other kids on the team, but he wasn't.
No,
I mean he's got the lines of the movie too with his. He wants to score chicks. That's why he's around the ball field.
Yeah,
and then we see his game at the ballet class.
That was hilarious. I got Harley Davidson. Like that?
I love that he's just a 12-year-old kid. I was saying this to Grace. Can you imagine a 12-year-old kid on a Harley?
Dave,
ripping a dart,
throwing it out the freaking adults.
Dave, is there someone specific you could think of when you look at Kelly Leak? Maybe not a dirt bike, but a moped.
Jimmy Fleming?
This is exactly who I thought of.
Yeah.
Just remind me of him. The same kind of attitude.
Yeah. Seriously.
Good old
he had
Jimmy
the
Fleming.
mullet.
Good old Jimmy Fleming.
Yeah.
Was he like that? Was he like that? Was he a good athlete though?
He was pretty good. Yeah.
He was.
Yeah.
I was friends with his brother Kevin.
Oh.
Yeah. I think. Do you still talk to him at all?
No, I haven't seen him.
We can't track him down. We have no idea.
35 years.
Unless he's if you are listening and you know Jimmy Fleming.
Yeah, I'm sure.
He had two
What's up,
front
Kevin?
doors.
Hey, Jimmy. Did he really?
Yeah.
Is that a euphemism for something?
No, literally his house had two front doors. That's
okay.
I just remember that.
And let's not forget to mention we're talking about all the big four. Vic Morrow plays such a dick. He's awesome. The great late great Vic Morrow, who died
working with kid actors.
Working with kid actors, so tragic.
Twilight Zone, the movie. Yep.
Yeah,
awful.
Twilight Zone, right? So yeah.
Dave, what about his wife?
It's early to bring her up.
Dave, you want to get off the phone and join the club?
I'm listening.
I thought.
Well, then answer my question.
We were going to talk a lot about his hot ass, her tight little body.
Oh my god! First of all, when she walked away, when her son walked away, and those jeans are high. Oh my god!
What the hell?
Her face was so tiny.
We were talking about Amanda, you sicko. No,
oh, you bastard! When I've seen the GIF, or I saw a clip of Matthau saying, "Don't ever say that word again."
Yes.
I didn't think the word was pill. When I go, oh, yeah. he at least says that when Tanner goes on his little rant.
In it. That's the humor in it. Yeah. It's funny.
He does not.
It's that's good stuff. Just how he delivers that.
But even he's got so much heart too. Like when Abdul is in the tree, pretty much without his uniform on.
Ahmed.
Right, he does. I have it.
He climbs that
tree. He's kind of a dick, but he does some great stuff with the kids as far as with the way he blatantly lies to Ahmed, about Hank Aaron, but how he handles Lupus at the end, I thought that was one of the best quotes. You didn't come into this life just to sit around a dugout bench, did you? That's great.
But then there are things where it's like, I love that he doesn't. We don't see him talk to them or say you're going to do this, but boom, they're cleaning the pools for him. They're just working for him.
Yes, making a martini.
Thank you, Lupus. Lupus. Sorry. That's superb. Thank you very much.
So did he say superb or splendid?
He said superb.
Oh,
that's why I told you. I literally made a martini watching it because I saw that martini. And
I will never not see a martini and think that.
Superb martini.
And just the fact that Lupus, the most shy kid of the whole team, is just shaking.
Oh, I know the fact that he's
telling the
mixing it.
story. He puts
What's
the
great
altar.
is like all the kid actors besides the main ones weren't even good actors.
They were
right?
good enough.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
They were like but it didn't matter.
Ogilvy
you know what I mean?
was good.
It didn't matter. It was very 70s-ish. Ogilvy was pretty good. What a great character. Early, he was one of the first analytics guys.
That's right.
I think
Definitely early analytics.
Tanner is definitely my favorite.
The two.
Kelly.
We thought the person, the kid who became a Proud Boy would be your favorite.
Listen, he's a fucking great. First of all, the kid had balls.
He did have balls. He did that. He's great. He's just wildly racist.
Can't even.
I mean, he's obviously the highlight of the whole.
When Amanda comes in, he's like, "Oh,
Juice fixed this and now a girl? Grab a fat punk.
does all those things, and now we have a girl. Like
Yeah.
amazing.
And then she says something.
But you gotta remember this too. In the '70s, they didn't have a lot of girls playing in guys' sports.
separate.
So
Mhm.
it was groundbreaking.
Well, that's the great twist. Not
The,
twist, but what were you saying about
I would say that
the
the two
boys who
Hispanic kids,
didn't speak Spanish in
they
real
actually,
life?
you're right. They didn't speak Spanish in real life. They had to learn how to.
In the
speak
movie,
Spanish
they didn't speak
'cause they're both-
any English, and
Right.
and in real life, they didn't speak any Spanish. But
That's
obviously,
true,
they
but
taught
that's
them a
funny.
couple of those. Those brothers were great. The Aguiars. I distinctly remember part 2, which we'll never do. The Breaking Training.
Terrible.
The two brothers. It was not. It was certainly not terrible.
They
Was
had
William
to recast
Devane?
the what's his name, the chubby Engel.
It had some terrible stuff in it, but it was very entertaining. Rewatch that one. The other ones are so bad. But Kelly Leak was what somehow drove the bus to Houston. Remember, like they had a janitor. I'm veering off into a different movie, but a janitor told was supposedly their bus driver. As far as all the parents knew, and then Kelly Leak jumped behind the
That's
wheel.
hilarious.
Yeah.
I love that. Buttermaker just has them, and it seemed like this was really happening too. The kids just sitting on the back of the convertible. It didn't seem that safe.
Yep.
But
it was a simpler time.
Yeah,
not for nothing. It is realistic. Like you could see that.
Oh hell yeah!
I mean, he was drinking a bit much. I love how he comes right opening day. He's got a bucket of ice and beers. This is after he passed out.
He's icing Amanda's arm right now, and I counted. He pulled out 10 beers from the bucket. 10 beers.
Also, he had all those beers at the end, so he was planning on giving these to the kids the whole time. Wouldn't you know?
Absolutely.
That was how they were going to celebrate.
And listen, if you want to jump ahead real quick, like I know you're going to go with the plot, whatever, but like
that's going to take a minute, 2 minutes.
Yeah, go ahead, do your little plot, then we can do.
Okay, I'll do it now. All right, ready. I shouldn't even write these down. 1976, Morris Buttermaker, alcoholic pool cleaner, former minor leaguer, is secretly hired to coach a little league expansion team. They're an expansion team. That's why it's made up of mostly bad players, which I guess they sued the league to be in the league. So they start off terribly until Buttermaker starts to coach more seriously, and then recruit 11-year-old Amanda, ace pitcher, and cigarette smoking, Harley riding, loan sharking troublemaker Kelly Leak. Who I love when Ahmed says,
You guys talking about Kelly Leak?
Yeah.
That dude is a bad mother. He's talking about a loan shark. I borrowed a nickel from him last week. He said if I didn't give him a dime by Friday, he'd break my arm.
They helped to turn the team around and take him to the championship game against the Yankees, led by ultra-competitive coach Roy Turner. During the game, Buttermaker realizes he placed too much emphasis on winning, puts in the bench warmers, allowing everyone to play. They still nearly win the game, and after a trophy ceremony, the kids drink beer and tell the Yankees where they can put their trophy.
Hey, Yankees, you can take your apology out of your trophy and shove it straight up your ass. And another thing, just wait till next year.
Such a perfect ending. It really, if it happened where they said, "Oh, thanks" and everything, you wouldn't have thought much of it. Oh, they learned a value. But seeing it this way, you realize that would have been such a wasted opportunity if everything ended with them smiling and high-fiving the other team. They threw the trophy, tell them to stick it up their ass, and the parents of the Bears are celebrating with them. They're all, none of them are like, no, don't do that. They're drinking the beers. I think it was Lupus was the
Exactly.
first one to pour the beer on
Yeah,
Ahmed's
Lucas
head.
poured the beer, or something,
Yeah.
or somebody poured it over. Yeah, or vice versa. But it was great.
Oh,
Listen, I thought that ending of any sports movie, I think, was probably my favorite ending of any sports movie.
Well, you said Field of Dreams.
that's true.
was
That's
Oh,
true.
better ending.
yeah.
You can't have more than one.
You
You said
listen to
Angels in
Oh,
the Outfield.
Okay. Let's
You
switch
also said that about that Sandlot
buckets.
earlier today.
Sentimental
That's a rough ending.
sentimentality or whatever. Field of Dreams is pretty fucking high up there, obviously.
We
is.
went for a walk. Was it yesterday? And he's talking about what would you do if your dad came out of and said, "You want to play catch?" I'd be like, "What?"
First of all, your dad never played catch. He played
He
show
did.
tunes,
He
Mikey,
played
so-
catch. We
He
played
played
catch.
show tunes
We
and he
played catch
played
once.
the grand piano as you guys all
We
sang in the
played.
back.
Well, then we'd have a duet.
Just consider yourself lucky on your walk that David wasn't talking about $1 Million Baby
Right.
That's another brutal one. But
again.
Oh,
No,
Yeah,
but-
it's brutal. All right,
from a
got a
hilarious
brutal beginning and middle too. I kid.
listen, from a hilarious standpoint, this is
perfect.
gotta be
It's
the funniest
perfection.
sport movie ending ever.
Like the big.
It was.
It's just-
Kids screaming, "Hey, you can take that trophy and shove it straight up your ass," and then they all start fucking spraying each other with beer. They're children.
when you think like that's the age you're supposed to teach good sportsmanship, and it's not. It's how you play the game. It's just. Oh, it's so great.
Exactly. So
And
right,
they're
the
the
Yankees,
ones celebrating. They're the ones like celebrating like they won the championship.
Speaking of the Yankees, Joey, the
Oh,
Joey Turner,
Hot
right,
mom.
who was in
and his hot mom.
Courtship of Eddie's father, right? He
That's
was a
right.
kid.
I read. Yeah, he was.
Yep.
He was Eddie.
So he's kind of the villain too, as far as I'm concerned. He definitely threw hot. He threw it right at Engelbert.
Is that the same? Did he
Now,
do
would
that
your
to Lucas
father-
too?
Was your father really come out and slap you in front of everyone on the field? Is that called?
I love that scene though, right? It's in the 70s. Who knows? You've
I-
seen the parents.
I've seen
the
parents
coach
yell at
parents
kids. Yeah.
that are into
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
like Vic Morrow. It's very realistic. Where he's such a dick, and he's so into it. The ultra competitive. That's the point. That's the point that Buttermaker starts getting into it too much and yelling at them. But yeah, the fact that he whacks the kid. So I was like, I don't remember which watch, but hot ass Mrs. Turner when she says to him after. When did she call him a son of a bitch?
When the kid, like when he hits the kid and comes back, right? And then he pulls it, and then the kid holds the ball.
Yes,
That's all happening then, right?
I thought she does that. I thought she says something before he actually drops the ball and then leaves with her.
Maybe.
I forget, but I was like, she's like, you son of a bitch.
If I was that kid,
like, whoa,
I would have been like, "Listen, director, I want
this is the ex Mrs. Turner.
as I'm walking away with my mother to prove how close I am to her, I think I should put my arm around her." What do you mean? Like, I just think that would be more realistic. Let me just
Well,
put my
I
arm
can't
around her.
reach. I can't reach
Oh,
too
wait.
high, but
Oh,
you
my-
guys are perverts.
She was fucking extremely attractive.
What the hell?
Hot.
David Hot Alert. Repeat. This is a David Hot Alert. This is not a test.
Thank you.
I was like extremely attractive.
Oh my god. Hey, listen, Amanda became hot too in her age. She became hot too.
Oh man, why?
Hey, she
why
got
would-
older.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hey, look,
great.
this older woman. Oh my god.
It's funny. Have you heard her talk though about like people were obsessed with her? Kids that age, obviously, were
I
obsessed with her and would tell her that for years. And I think she said on some talk show, I forget who said to her, "Oh, she was maybe she met when I don't know if they were dating or it was somebody a young actor and probably in his 30s now. I can't remember who it was, but he said something like, "Oh, would you put the uniform on?" And she's like, "I was 11 back then, you sicko," or something.
Oh,
He said, "Oh, I would love to see you in the uniform or something." Yeah.
well, David, just to let you know that Sherry Summers played Mrs. Turner, and she will be turning 79 this year. So,
Oh, God bless her.
the old lady.
Really?
So let's
But
let's
not in
go
that
back to
movie.
that exact quote that we all loved. Kelly Leak's game. He says,
I'm hitting 841. I'm on the Bears. You live around here? I got a Harley Davidson. Does that turn you on, Harley Davidson?
I love that you hear that he's hitting that
Oh.
high, and that checks out. He's like, I'm hitting 841. I'm on the Bears, and then he mimics swinging a bat. He goes, "You live around here? I've got a Harley Davidson. Does that turn you on, Harley Davidson?"
That was really great,
So
like
great.
good delivery from like. I mean,
It
he
was
turned into a great
hilarious.
actor himself.
Yeah,
Who?
he's like a usually
Jackie Earle
twisted
Haley.
sicko in his older.
Yeah,
Older.
he was nominated for an Oscar.
Was he in the Batman? Was he in something?
He was in Watchmen. He was
Oh,
actually
okay.
really
I
good in
didn't
that.
watch that.
That's a kind of, it's a classic, like well received comic that is not, that's like kind of
I've heard of it. Yeah,
like, it's not superheroes, it's like kind of against, it's
superheroes. I know.
It's not like based on
I got you.
Patrick, our favorite Patrick's in it.
Okay.
It's one of Time's 100 best novels of all time.
We're still talking about that.
Yeah. Sorry.
What the little
It's in my
line that
bathroom
cracked me
right
up
now.
too is when Ahmad got hitting the ball.
Hitting the ball.
Cleveland, stretcher!
Stretcher for his balls.
I did laugh at that. Yeah.
That was good.
That was
It was like so subtle, like in the back.
such a little throwaway line, but hilarious.
Yep.
Good
Yep.
comments. That was good. Forgot about that.
Yeah, it's good stuff. The other quote I have written down, not funny, but it was great part of Buttermaker's speech.
I'm sorry. But this quitting thing, it's a hard habit to break once you start.
Which obviously tells you a lot about what happened with Buttermaker's life, I think.
Yeah.
Things he may regret.
Like,
So
he's like, Engelbert, there's energy in chocolate. I need energy. He's eating his chocolate bar.
the ball has there's chocolate on the ball. And yeah. I love his delivery when Engelbert says, let's, obviously we didn't mention one of the funniest lines. Engelbert wanted to swim.
Can we go swimming?
No, don't jump in, Engelberg. You'll flood the valley.
I took that screenshot and sent it. Don't jump in, you'll flood the valley. Just his
So great.
his
But his delivery is just perfect.
It's so great. Now Engelberg is one of the few guys who was not in the sequels. He was recast because what I read was within that year he grew 4 inches and lost a lot of weight.
Oh, really?
So they had to recast him with another.
They certainly didn't miss his overacting.
No, I guess not.
They probably modeled the fat catcher in Sandlot after Engelbert. Maybe.
Probably the idea of the chubby kid always catches. I like to say chubby. I don't want to be against these fat little shits.
You know, it'd be a fattest.
Okay, did we or was I not paying attention? But when was holding the ball and is there a circle in the bases? That's like fucking great.
He just looks at it
With
and
Joey.
drop-
Yep.
Joey just holding the ball. Everyone
You were probably watching the movie.
Is that happening right now in the movie with you?
It's about to.
At least he's watching the same movie. I would accept him watching this movie or Honora.
Nora.
Shocking.
Don't talk about it, Dave. We still
Shocking that you
we
just
have
said-
a new.
The second half was like a different movie than the first half, though. Which
Okay, we still have a. It's going to be a fun little wrinkle on the show. You guys are going to decide what we're watching out of a choice between two seemingly random movies, but.
You'll find a connection.
But yes, what else? What else? Do we have anything else?
They both
Not to
turn
do
you
your
on.
job, Mikey.
I don't know if I have anything else. You touched upon the great line of him by the pool. You don't jump in, you'll flood the valley. I just even like this. I'm sure there's cartoon characters and voices who are copying him.
Yeah, right.
Let me bring the sad part in this. Let's bring this.
Oh yes,
little bit of
bring us
sad-
down,
Just let me bring this down a little bit.
Davy Downer.
Like Amanda looked at him as like a complete father figure.
Oh, absolutely.
I know
And-
you already mentioned this part.
No, I didn't. And
He's kind of a dick.
no,
I mean, he was a big time.
but he couldn't help it. He was just an alcoholic, right? So my thought is like,
Well,
did they
yeah.
heal that
Can't beat it.
or
He did.
like what happened to those two?
Yeah.
You think he healed it?
No.
Like, she obviously
At the end,
wanted
he-
him. She
Did he?
wanted.
Oh.
she wanted him. In
She
her
wanted.
life.
Yes, she said, teach me how to throw a fastball next year or hit. I forget what she. And he wiped her cheek.
That's right.
You don't remember that?
But he's not going out to dinner with him and the mom, I don't think.
No, and the mom.
She was under the impression that everything was going to try to go back to normal.
Yeah, I mean, how desperate must her mom be?
I like to see what the mom looks like.
There's no way her mom looks like Mrs. Turner. I'm just predicting that right now.
Walter Matthau looks like a fish. Look at
She's dying for this raging alcoholic
Look like a fish.
guy who looks like he's 60 years old.
No, well, Walter Matthau, I'm watching the scene right now. At the end, when he realizes he's being a dick and all the kids are looking at him like, what the fuck, you're a monster.
Yeah.
And then he's like, finally gets the light bulb. He's like, all right.
Get out there now and do the best you can.
That was a great little scene, too.
That was great.
Yes.
He realizes it. Yeah. They just all stare at him. That was a good moment of like just silence.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Moment of silence, Mikey.
A moment of
It
silence.
was like the kids looking at George Bailey after he went on his rant.
We're bringing it back to Jimmy Jam again.
Always bringing it back.
Always bringing it back.
And that's how the two are linked.
That's not the only way they're linked.
Just a great 70s movie.
I would like
a great sports movie.
I would like to be linked to, Mrs. Turner, too. I would love to be linked to her. Physical embrace.
We got you.
Get it. You want to have intercourse with her. You probably could now.
We're 70s. Like when people say 70s moms, like we're like.
Oh, that is
she was
quintessential
of a 70s mom, like right? Oh my god!
From the hair to the clothing,
the tight jeans, like the
bell bottoms.
But man,
you just waking up now.
That waist. No, she's on there.
We're
right
talking
now.
about this before.
I'm watching her right now. Oh my god!
Oh, okay.
How the hell did he get her? How did that father get her?
Dick Morrow is a stud.
Yeah, you could. He probably lost a little hair, but he got that rugged good looks with a mustache. And
I guess, but she's way hotter than him. Anyways,
she's way hotter than him. Okay, cool.
Yeah, well, look,
you sure? It's close.
Okay, was he a great actor before this? I don't remember him anything else.
I just know him mostly from he's being like the name. Dick Morrow. I know him from the tragedy, from the accident.
Yeah,
the fact that they kept making the movie and kept him in it.
They did.
Yeah.
Well, he's in the movie.
Yeah, he's in the movie. They
just changed
cut
how
out. They just edited the scene.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
No, he's in the movie.
The whole thing's him and the kids are in the movie. They change it where he gets taken away in a train, I think, at the end instead of.
Okay, but one of the kids was decapitated too.
Two kids.
Yeah.
Two kids and him were killed. Yeah.
Well, him and the other kid were decapitated, is what I'm saying.
I don't know the third cause of death.
Decapitation.
I used to watch that movie all the time.
Asshole.
I would hate.
Oh, you want to say something real scary? That used to freak me out.
Oh yeah, that's great. That was so scary. But I hated that part with Vic Morrow, obviously.
Yeah.
That whole section I never wanted to watch.
See, I didn't know until like the mid '90s, probably.
Yeah. I didn't know. I read it yesterday. How he died.
Jesus.
Terrible.
How's that even possible?
Podcast. Oh my god. How is this possible? How is that possible?
Wait, there it is. There's the scene. She's walking away.
My god. That's not possible, guys. I don't know what she sees in him.
I one last thing I do like that I don't know if who's taking the books. Maybe it's from Ogilvy, but Kelly League does, he mentions his average. Did you ever know your average as in Little League? Like he knew his average exactly.
890, whatever it was.
841.
841.
Oh, someone's gonna do the math. What was he exactly?
Yeah.
How many extra base hits? What was his warp?
His launch angle.
Who was the nicest kid? Who was the nicest kid on the Bad News Bears?
Lupus.
No.
Yeah, Lupus.
Toby. It was like Lupus is just shy, coach. Like, like that kid.
Oh, Toby, yeah. I guess he was nice too. He's the other blonde kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Oh yeah. I'm thinking of Rudy. Rudy Stein. Yes, Toby was.
That was want a friend like that. What a nice kid.
Yeah.
And I also want a friend like Tana too, because he would.
You had Sean and Mikey instead.
What? Yeah, I know. I'm fucking idiot.
Gentlemen, I think we pitched a complete game. See what I did right there?
Oh no. Oh.
We nailed it.
Guys, look.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, look at that.
Okay, we're closing the book. We're turning off the lights. We're leaving the field. The field is closed.
Oh, buddy.
Okay, get to watch Mrs.
Thanks.
Turner walk away one more time.
Thanks.
And with that, we say big thumbs up. I'm burping. Excuse me. Next time, gentlemen, we're watching a movie that I'm almost positive. I know I saw in the theater. I think I might have seen it with one of our co-hosts, the shorter one, from 1995. We are seeing Michael Mann's remake of a Michael Mann movie. We're seeing the movie Heat.
For the great Val Kilmer.
Yes. He was good.
In tribute. He's great. Even he was best as supporting roles, in my opinion.
I'm
But we'll
looking
talk
forward
about all that. We'll talk about
that next time. But until then,
we're gonna go frame by frame.
You can follow us on Blue Sky at Fine Movies, on Instagram at Fine Movies, Fine Spirits. It's at Twitter still at Fine_movies. You can find Dave in front of his television watching whatever movie we're talking about. You can find Chris texting me about stopping talking about baseball. And speaking of Chris, any final words from you until next time?
That is it. Happy spring.
Happy spring. It's finally
Happy
sprung.
Easter.
Happy Easter too. David, even though this is coming out after Easter, David, any parting words from David over here? David, over here. Any parting words from you?
Look at the shiny ball.
Good.
Okay, get back to whatever movie you're watching. Great. What a way to end a podcast. Dave. He says, good. I'm good. It's a fucking podcast. You could say something. Give me something now.
Mikey, what all those years ago when you used to watch me perform sexual acts, what was going through your head? Like I wish you could tap me in, or
I honestly, what was going through my head was I hope they don't see what's going on under the blanket.
He was probably saying, these 5 women that you've had sex with, you probably gonna marry them all. And he hit the nail right on the head.
We talk about great movies while drinking. We talk about great movies while drinking. Yeah, we talk about great movies while drinking. And we feel fine.
Where's your friend? There he
He's
is.
Here. Everybody's here.
What up, gentlemen?
Uh-oh, what are we doing? Are we getting under a blanket?
Are we in the living room?
What?
Are we in the living room?
The basement.
Downstairs. Podge is in, but I'm made for coming here a lot. So I'll just slap her if she comes in.
Well
planned. Do what you gotta do.
I gotta do. I can't let her cross the lines, guys. Now we're doing this very special podcast.